Welcome to the Smartacus Quiz 2022, the Hindustan Times National Interschool Quiz.
Hello and a warm welcome to each and every one of you gathered here today. We are here for the West Zonal Rounds of Smartacus 2022. My name is Veghasham Shirodkar, and today I shall be bringing you a battle royale between two teams from the West Zone of India. We are here to see these two teams battle it out. So it is only right that I take you to introduce these two teams who will be facing each other in this knockout today. Centrepoint School, Vardhaman Nagar, Nagpur. All the way from Mumbai, Navy Children's School. So we will begin with Centrepoint School, Vardhaman Nagar, Nagpur, beginning with your youngest member.
Hello everyone, my name is Lakshya Gunwani. I like to play cricket, watch cricket, and I like to study too. I like to play guitar, I like to draw, I love everything. I love food also.
Hello, my name is Kisa Motiani. My hobbies are mostly related to art like dancing, singing, painting. I'm not much interested in sports though. I do like to study.
Hello everyone, I am Penang Jibrajani and my hobby is swimming and studying, and it was a great experience doing Smartacus.
And we will now quickly go across to your opponents for today, all the way from Mumbai, Navy Children's School. Can you, one by one, beginning with the youngest member, please unmute yourself and give us a short introduction.
Hello everybody, my name is Kanchan Mishra. I am in class 7 from NCS Mumbai. I really like to take parts in quizzes and I've taken part in several quizzes. I'm also inclined towards football and swimming. And today I'm hoping to give my best in this quiz with my teammates.
Good evening everyone, my name is Savijendra. I am from class 8. I like volleyball. Me and my teammates have been in various quizzes before this. I love quizzes, they are very fun, knowledgeable.
Good afternoon sir, myself Varun Rana from Navy Children's School, currently studying in 8th standard. So sir, my hobbies are to solve complex mathematical problems. Sir, gather more knowledge about the past, the modern and as well as the ancient history. And sir, I also like to play cricket.
So this should be a very, very nice battle to determine who goes ahead in this knockout round. But for that, we need to understand the gameplay for this quiz. Let's show you the rules. These are your 8 specialized topics which you see in the top part of the grid, and there are 2 mystery boxes full of general knowledge at the bottom. Laksh, what will be your topic of choice as a specialized one?
Sir, I'll choose it as countries history.
Question 1 on countries from history for Lakshya is this. The movement called Zionism led to the creation of this country in 1948 as a Jewish state. Which Middle Eastern country is this, which lies on the shores of the Mediterranean Sea as well as the Red Sea? And your time begins now.
Sir, I'll pass.
You will pass? Alright. 15 seconds beginning now. Kesar and Pinak, you will have to give me one answer. Only one person will unmute and say who is answering. 8 seconds to go. Quickly, Kesar and Pinak, which country? Last 2 seconds. And time is up. Do we have an answer from Kesar or Pinak? Quickly. No. We will pass to Navy Children's School. One person will unmute and tell me for a steal. Which country is this?
Sir, may I?
Yes, Savitendra, if your team agrees, please go ahead. 5 seconds more.
Sir, it's Israel.
Jerusalem, which your teammate said is the capital of Israel. Let's show you the answers. Indeed, Israel. That's the flag which has the Star of David on it. Indeed, Israel is the only Jewish state in the entire world. And the movement called Zionism was what led to the formation of Israel. We will go back to Laksh Janwani, who is waiting for the second question. Your second question on countries, Laksha, is this. What is the new name of the country that was once called Burma? And you see the flag there. Your time starts now. 15 seconds to go.
Yeah, I'll go with Malaysia.
Malaysia is a nice guess, but unfortunately not the right answer. Kesar or Pinat? One person only will unmute and give me a guess.
Sir, my guess is Myanmar.
Let's take a look and see if you have it right. Myanmar is correct, Pinat. That is a captain's knock of an answer. That is, of course, a poster of Aung San Suu Kyi, the pro-democracy activist who has been under untold periods of house arrest because of the military junta which leads Myanmar. And Myanmar will get you a point. That's a very good answer. You save a point on the bonus attempt. We will quickly jump across to Kanchan. Kanchan, as the youngest member of NCS Mumbai, which topic would you like to choose?
Sir, I would like to choose international borders.
Kanchan says, I may be the youngest, but I'm not going for that silly green box. Your question number 1, Kanchan, on international borders is this. The much disputed McMahon line separates which two Asian countries who fought a war amongst themselves in the 1960s and whose border is still heavily disputed in some places. And your time begins now.
It's India and China.
India and China, says Kanchan. Let's see what the answer is on the answer slide. This is indeed India and China. You pick up the first 2 points of your specialized topic. Let us quickly show you the second question and see if you can make it 2 in a row. The 38th parallel is a popular name given to latitude 38° north that roughly demarcates which two nations in East Asia. Both these nations have one word common in their names, and your time begins now.
Sir, it's North and South Korea.
North and South Korea. So the one word that you think is common is Korea. Let's take a look at the answer and see if you are right. This is indeed North and South Korea. The 38th parallel or the 38° north latitude is one of the most heavily contested lines or international borders in the world. There is a huge demilitarized zone, or the DMZ, which separates the two countries who have been bitterly at each other's throats since the war in the last century. We will now go across to the second person from Centrepoint School, Vardhaman Nagar, Nagpur. I think Kesar was the person who was going to go second. Kesar, what topic would you like to choose?
Colors.
Your question on colors is this. This is the color of several police and army uniforms across the world. What color is this, whose name comes from the Urdu word for dust? Think of police and army uniforms, what color they are, and think of what could be the Urdu or Hindi word for dust. That color, that dust gives this color its name.
Khaki.
Khaki. And what do you think the Urdu word for dust could be?
I don't know.
Not a problem. Let's take a look at that answer. Khaki is correct. What a beautiful answer by Kesar. Khaki will fetch you 2 points. Khaki comes from khak, which is the Urdu word for dust. And as you can see, all the shades of khaki are very dusty looking, right? 2 points to you. We will show you the second question from colors coming on screen now. The color of this famous structure in California is not what one would think if you go by its name, but actually it is painted with a shade called International Orange. Which world famous structure from California is this? Your time begins now.
Lotus Temple.
Lotus Temple. Lotus Temple not in California, but a good guess. Let us quickly start the 15-second timer for your teammates. Laksh and Pinat, which California structure is this?
My guess is Golden Gate Bridge.
You're guessing Golden Gate Bridge, says the captain, says Pinak, because going by its name, you think it would be golden, but maybe it's a shade called International Orange. Who knows? Let's take a look at the answer slide. It is indeed the Golden Gate Bridge. It is not colored in golden color, but that shade which you see there is a special shade which they have named International Orange. You pick up 1 point on the bonus attempt. That gives you, you save 1 point for your team. We will now go across to the second person from NCS Mumbai who will pick a topic. I think that is going to be Savitendra. Savitendra, which topic would you like to choose?
The science, gas on.
Your first question for science, gas on, is this. What name is given to gases such as helium, argon, krypton, xenon, and radon because they are so majestic that they do not react with anything in general? And your time begins now. One common name given to this group of gases.
The pass.
Pass. Right? Going to your team, Kanchan and Varun. 15 seconds. What am I looking for?
Sir, it's noble gases.
Kanchan says noble gases because they are so majestic. Let's take a look at the answer slide. It is indeed noble gases. They are called that because they react with very, very few things in the normal course of chemistry. 1 point to you. We will go back to Savitendra and ask him the second question on gas on. Helium was first discovered during an astronomical event by Jules Janssen after he noticed a bright yellow spectral line coming from a heavenly body. Which astronomical event was he observing, do you think? Your time starts now. This is only for Savitendra. The others will be on mute. Something that happens in astronomy, in the heavens, in the skies. What event was he observing when he discovered helium? 5 seconds to go, Savitendra. And your time is up. Do we have a guess from Savitendra? No? Passing to Kanchan and Varun again. What event do you think? One answer only.
Sir, it was a total solar eclipse.
You think it's a solar eclipse because the sun could be giving a yellow spectral line and helium is what makes up a large part of the sun. Let's see if you are right and let's show you the answer slide. It is indeed a solar eclipse. Kanchan there playing the role of a pinch hitter for her team. She is making sure that nothing goes beyond for a steal. That's the second time you've done that. That brings us to the end of 4 topics from the grid. And as your quiz master, before we proceed, I will give you the scores here. We have these 2 teams in very, very close contest. At this point, on 4 points are the team from Center Point, Vardhaman Nagar, Nagpur. And with a slight lead at this point, on 7 points is the team from Navy Children's School, Mumbai. Team Captain Pinak Jiarajani, what will be your choice of topic from the grid?
Indian apps.
Pinak, here is your first question on Indian apps. Identify this Government of India app from the logo that you see, and their mission is to connect health services with the people of India to fight COVID-19. Which Indian app am I looking for?
Arogya Setu.
Arogya Setu, says Pinak, quick as a flash. Let's take a look at the answer slide. And it is Arogya Setu. Their tagline is Main Surakshit, Hum Surakshit, Bharat Surakshit. Very, very nice, Pinak. You're really, really playing a captain's knock here, if I may say so, to borrow from cricket. Let's see if you can make it 2 in a row. Let's show you question number 2. I want the exact name of this app, which is an Indian gaming app based on an ancient Indian game, which became the first gaming app from India to go in excess of 500 million downloads. Your time begins now.
Ludo.
I want the full name of the app.
Ludo King.
Ludo King, says Pinak. Let's take a look at the answer slide and see if he is right. This is indeed Ludo King. That will give you your second 2-pointer for Indian apps. I could not give you for Ludo because Ludo is a generic name of the game, and there are at last count almost 100 apps which offer Ludo. Ludo King is the answer that I was looking for. 2 points to you, which brings me back to the captain from Navy Children's School, Varun Rana. As captain, what will be your choice of topic from the 3 remaining topics on the top grade?
Birds and animals, flora and fauna.
Question number 1, only to Varun Rana on birds and animals is this. Sounding like they might want to kill someone, what is a group of crows collectively called? And your time starts now. What is the collective noun for a group of crows? And it sounds like killing somebody.
Murder of crows.
A murder of crows, he says. That's a really weird name for a group of birds, but let's see if he is right. Of course he is. A murder of crows. He's so delighted with himself, and I love seeing these reactions. I think for me as Quizmaster, more than the right answers, it is those precious, precious expressions that make it worthwhile. 2 points to you, Varun. Let's not waste time and show you question number 2 on birds and animals. Name this anteater who gets its name from an Afrikaans word which means earth pig. It is popularly but erroneously believed to be the first word that appears in a standard English dictionary due to the way it is spelled. 30 seconds to tell me which animal is this. "15 seconds to go."
Pass.
You pass, all right. Kanchan and Savitendra, now is your time to shine. 15 seconds. What is the name of this anteater? What is it called? 8 more seconds. Kanchan and Savitendra.
Sir, is it called an arvadak?
Can you spell that for me?
AARDVARK.
Aardvark. That's why I always ask you to spell, because I don't want to give you no points for bad pronunciation. Let's take a look at the answer slide and see if you are right. It is indeed the aardvark, which is Afrikaans for earth pig. And that is the anteater. It subsists on a diet of ants. And it is popularly but erroneously believed that aardvark, because it has got 2 A's at the beginning of the word, it is the first word in a standard English dictionary. But of course, the first word in an English dictionary is just the letter A, which is the article and a lot of other things. Before we go on and ask the team from Centrepoint School which topic they would like to play as a team, I will give out the scores at the end of what has been a very exciting round of play. At this point, on 8 points, is the team from Centrepoint School, Vardhaman Nagar, Nagpur. And with a slender lead of only 2 points is the team from Navy Children's School, Mumbai, who are on 10. Quickly decide on a topic and tell me what you want to play. Is it film trilogies or medical aids?
So my final answer is film trilogies.
Okay. Centrepoint School, Nagpur picks film trilogies. Your first question on film trilogies is this. All the 3 films in this epic trilogy were shot together, mainly in New Zealand, but released one at a time between 2001 to 2003. The entire series earned more than $3 billion at the box office and also won a whopping 17 Oscar awards. Which epic fantasy adventure film series is this, which was based on the books of J.R.R. Tolkien? And your time starts now.
Yes, yes.
We'll just guess Resident Evil.
15 seconds to go. 5 more seconds. And your time is up. Very, very famous trilogy. Which film series are we talking about? Quickly.
Captain, please say anything. We'll say Resident Evil, Captain.
Resident Evil. All right. No. We will quickly go to Navy Children's School. 15 seconds. Unmute. Tell me what is your final answer after discussing.
Varun, I guess it's The Hobbit. It's the Hobbit.
Time is
I'm
up.
sure about it. I'm sure.
Hobbit, sir. The Hobbit.
Okay, Varun, as your team captain, is your final answer the Hobbit?
Yes, sir.
All right, let's take a look at the answer slide and see if someone is going to get points. It is not the Hobbit. It is the trilogy which came before that. This is the Lord of the Rings. We were looking at the trilogy released between 2001 and 2003 and won 17 Oscars. This is the Lord of the Rings. So nobody gets points. I get a pat on the back. The next question will be back to Centerpoint School. Your second question on film trilogies is this. The Curse of the Black Pearl, On Stranger Tides, and Dead Man's Chest are the subtitles of 3 seafaring adventure films in a series that began in 2003. Which blockbuster hit film series am I talking about? And your time begins now.
Any idea?
Nice winning gift.
Last 10 seconds.
Percy Jackson?
Is that your
Yes,
final
Percy.
team? Percy
Yes,
Jackson? All right.
Yes, sir.
Not Percy Jackson. We will now go across to Navy Children's School. 15 seconds. Debate and tell me what's your final answer.
Pirates of the Caribbean.
Varun Bhaiya, I guess it's the Pirates of the Caribbean.
You have to go ahead with which answer now? Pirates of the Caribbean?
Yes, sir. The Pirates. Yes, sir.
All right, let's take a look at the answer slide and see if that is correct. This is indeed the Pirates of the Caribbean, made famous by Captain Jack Sparrow and Elizabeth Swann and William Turner, and of course, Blackbeard and a host of other memorable characters like Davy Jones and Calypso. Very, very nice answer. 1 point on the steal. I was afraid that you would miss this as well, both of the teams, because both these are huge movie trilogies, but really, really nice. 1 point to Navy Children's School. That brings us to the end of the specialized topic for Centerpoint School, the only remaining topic on the grid, which will be the team play topic for Navy Children's School, is medical aids from business and biology both. Question 1 on medical aids is this. In the 1920s, the creation of what very popular first aid tool or thing was inspired by the accident-prone wife of a man called Earl Dixon when he was working in the company Johnson & Johnson. The wife frequently used to cut and burn herself while cooking, and this handy little invention allowed her to dress her wounds without anybody else's assistance. What am I looking for?
Yes, Savitendra and Kanchan.
Band-Aid.
Wait for 5 more seconds.
15 more
Do you
seconds.
know the answer? Kanchan, do you know the answer?
Band-Aid?
Yeah,
band-
bandage. Bandage. Yeah.
All right, time is up. Varun, give me one answer as teacher.
The bandage. Bandage.
Band-Aid. Let's take a look at the answer slide. Band-Aid is correct. I think Savitendra was the person who first mentioned Band-Aid and set your team on the right track. Johnson & Johnson's Band-Aid. And how many of us, we call it sticking plaster without the Medicaid, or medical plaster without the brand name. But Band-Aid is what will get you 2 points. Quickly, question number 2 from medical aids. This medical imaging technique, invented by 2 guys called Alan McCormack and Godfrey Hounsfield, helped medicine take a giant step in diagnosis. The common name of the technique sounds like scanning of a common household pet. Which medical imaging technique am I talking about? Your time starts now.
CT scans. I think it's that. Kanchan, Varun.
15.
So we'll go ahead with CT scan.
Okay, Varun, as team captain, says we will go ahead with CT scan. Let's take a look at the answer slide. This is indeed a CT scan, which is also called a CAT scan, which was the clue, a common household pet being a cat. And the CT scan or CAT scan is computerized axial tomography, CAT, also called computerized tomography or CT. 2 points, which is very, very nice. मुझे CT बजाने का मन कर रहा है with that kind of an answer. Very, very nice. That brings us to the end of the 8 specialized topics at the top of the grid. This sets up the final part of the gameplay very, very nicely, which is the mystery boxes. As the last gameplay for today, Central Point School, which mystery box would you like to play as a team?
Mystery box 1.
Fine.
Fine? Great. If all three of you are ready for one final time in this quiz, question number 1 for Center Point School is this. Quite fittingly, which is the only mythological creature that you can find amongst the 12 animals representing the years in the Chinese calendar? And I have blanked out that animal in black. This is the only mythological animal. The rest are all real animals.
I think it's monkey. What are your guesses?
What is your guess, Ria?
Monkey.
I think it's a crab.
Remember, it needs to be a mythological animal. The rest are all real animals.
Bhaiya, say which comes to your mind.
My final answer is crab.
Last 2 seconds. All right. Pinak as team captain. Which is the mythological creature, only mythological creature on the Chinese calendar? Crab. A crab is very much a real creature. So that's not the answer we were looking for. For no points, but just to see if they knew the answer. NCS Mumbai, if you were to guess this for a chocolate, what would you guess the answer was?
Sir, may I?
The dragon.
All right. Savitendra, what were you going to guess?
Sir, I don't know the real name, but I think it's a lion with wings.
A lion with wings. And I think Kanchan said maybe it's a dragon. Let's take a look at the answer slide. It is a dragon. Very, very good answering, Kanchan. I cannot give you points because the questions do not pass in this round. Dragons in China are very, very famous as a relationship. So dragon it is. As you can see, rat, ox, tiger, rabbit, snake, horse, goat, monkey, rooster, dog, and pig are all real animals. The only mythological animal is the dragon. Back to Center Point School we go. Second question for you as a team is this. This person made his fortune in the Baker oil fields of Russia, searching for oil and selling explosives. We know him for a far more positive reason today, and we are reminded about his legacy when certain famous announcements are made in the month of October every year. Which person are we talking about? CPS Nagpur.
I think Vladimir Putin. October, no, that's not. No.
15 seconds. Go.
Nobel.
5 more seconds.
So our final answer is Robert Noble.
Robert Noble. All right. Okay, let's show you the answer slide. This is Alfred Nobel, and we know him because of the Nobel Prizes. I'm afraid I cannot give you points for saying Robert Noble because that would be an entirely different person. There's a very beautiful story that Alfred Nobel once read a newspaper in which somebody had mistakenly written an obituary thinking that he had died. And the obituary said, "The merchant of death is dead." And of course, he felt really, really shocked that when he died, this is what the world was going to think of him, that he was the merchant of death because he had invented explosives and armaments. So from that day itself, he decided that if the world is going to remember me, it will remember me for good. And so he put his entire wealth into a trust and made the foundation of the Nobel Prizes. And every year in October, we see the Nobel Prizes being announced, and those prizes are paid out of the will or the trust fund of Alfred Nobel. So I cannot give you points, but I will give you the last question out of your mystery box, which is this. If you are on board something called the Maid of the Mist, which you see on screen in the photo there, which popular natural tourist destination in the Western Hemisphere of the world would you be visiting? The name of that boat that you see is the Maid of the Mist. If you're traveling in that, you are visiting which very, very famous natural attraction for tourists? 3 more seconds to go. And time is up. Give me a guess.
We'll just guess Sri Lanka.
Remember, this is in the Western Hemisphere. No? All right. We will quickly go across and ask NCS Mumbai if they have a guess, not for points, but for brownie points or a pat on the back. NCS Mumbai, do you know where this is?
Sir, may I answer?
Yes, Kanchan, what is your answer?
Sir, it's in New York, USA. It's the Niagara Falls.
Let's take a look at the answer slide and see if you're right. This is indeed the Niagara Falls. And if you see in the center of that picture, that boat that you see there is the Maid of the Mist. And the most spectacular way to experience the Niagara Falls is to take a ride on the Maid of the Mist. And you go there and the spray from the waterfall is so huge that you have to carry umbrellas and special raincoats to protect you from the water. And that is the way you get to see this spectacular waterfall in North America. Yes, it is. You can see it via a railing standing on land also, but the real power and beauty can be seen via the Maid of the Mist. We will now go quickly to NCS Mumbai, Navy Children's School Mumbai. The only option left for you is Mystery Box 2. Question number 1 from your mystery box is this. What common name is given to the complex joint consisting of 8 small bones called carpal bones that connect your hand to your arm? How do we know it in common English?
The pivot joint.
Sir,
I
it's
think
the wrist. Sir, it's the wrist.
15 seconds to go. The
It's
team
the wrist.
captain needs to give me one final answer.
Sir, I'm sure it's the wrist.
Wrist is not a joint.
Please lock wrist, please.
Okay.
All right.
The wrist.
Varun,
Wrist.
as team
The
captain,
wrist.
what's your answer?
The wrist.
Wrist. All right. Let's take a look at the answer slide. As simple as that. What connects your hand or to your arm is your wrist. And yes, Varun, it is indeed a joint. It is joined by the carpal bones, and there's a carpal tunnel through which nerves pass. And if you spend too much time on a computer keyboard or on the mouse, you get a carpal tunnel syndrome, which is also a condition of the wrist. 2 points to NCS Mumbai. The second question of your mystery box coming up on screen now. Known as the heaviest and the longest freight train or goods train of the Indian Railways, the Super Blank train shares that blank with the name of a mythical snake in Hindu mythology who was used as the rope when the legendary Samudra Manthan or churning of the ocean took place. Fill in the blank with the name of this mythological snake.
Sheshnag. It's a Sheshnag.
Talia.
20 seconds to go.
Sheshnag. Sheshnag.
Okay, so we'll go ahead to Sheshnag.
Okay, as team captain Varun says Sheshnag. Sheshnag, in fact, is the serpent on whom Vishnu rests. He is the steed of Vishnu, and that is not the answer I was looking for here. Center Point School, Vardhaman Nagar, Nagpur.
I guess it's Vasuki.
All right. Pinap says he thinks it is Vasuki. Let's take a look at the answer slide. This is Vasuki. Very good answer, Pinap. Vasuki was the serpent who offered himself as the rope when the Devas and the Asuras undertook the churning of the Shir Sagar, which is called the Samudra Manthan. They put Mount Mandar or Mandar Parvat as the pestle or the churning stone or the mortar, and they used Vasuki as the rope. The third and final question from the mystery box for NCS Mumbai is this. Recognized by Guinness World Records, which song released in 2016 by Japanese comic Daimao Kosaka, who you see on screen, is the shortest song ever to enter the Billboard Hot 100? And your time begins now.
Sir, romance singing.
Okay, 15 more seconds. I'm looking for the name of a song. Like, for example, the name of the song would be Kesariya, right? That's the name of the song. So I'm looking for the song title. 5 seconds to go. NCS Mumbai. And time is up. Do you have an answer, Varun?
So we want to pass.
Pass, all right. Let's ask Centrepoint School, Vardhaman Nagar, if they know the answer. Can anybody from Centrepoint School, Vardhaman Nagar, take a guess?
Sir, I
Pen,
guess it's
pineapple, apple, pen.
Kesar says pen, pineapple, apple, pen. That sounds like a lot of nonsense lyrics, but let's see what the answer is. It is BPAP, pen, pineapple, apple, pen. What a beautiful, beautiful answer by Kesar. Kesar, that's a really nice answer. You should give yourself a pat on the back. It is called pen, pineapple, apple, pen, or PPAP. And if you get the chance, do make sure that you see it on YouTube, as long as you have somebody with you and parents know what you are Googling for. That brings us to the end of the second mystery box. At the end of 8 specialized topics and 2 mystery boxes, the scores are 8 points for Centrepoint School, Vardhaman Nagar, Nagpur, and 17 points for Navy Children's School, Mumbai. Congratulations to Navy Children's School, Mumbai. I will see you in the next knockout round of the West Zone whenever we do that. Commiserations and a pat on the back to the team from Centrepoint School, Vardhaman Nagar, Nagpur. Some really beautiful answers coming from all 3 of you, and it gives me a lot of hope to see that the answers that you got were some of the more difficult ones in this quiz. So do not lose heart. We will see you in some other quiz, maybe Smartacus 2023, maybe the Hindustan Times Republic Day quiz, which is around the corner next year. But what is for sure is that your quizzing curiosity and your general knowledge ability should remain constant. If all of you are interested in quizzing and general knowledge, there is a beautiful section of the Hindustan Times HT School universe which we have built for quizzing. We call it Quizverse, and you'll be able to find it at htschool.hindustantimes.com. There are a lot of quizzes that you can take. There are even some platforms which let you post your own questions and play the quiz master. You can also read a lot of topics on what is happening in the world around you and topics of general interest. And there are a lot of fun things and competitions happening on Quizverse as well. So do make it a point to check it out and tell your friends and family as well. Quizverse is what we call it. You can find it on htschool.hindustantimes.com. But for now, this is me, Meghasham Shirodkar, saying goodbye and good evening to all the teams who have joined us, to both of the teams who have joined us today for the West Zone Knockouts. I will see you on the other side when we bring you some more knockout action from the North, West, South and East of India. But for now, this is me and my team saying good evening and God bless. Thank you very much.